of rocks there, some of the oldest rocks on the moon. It's also a place where we think there might be resources like water. There are craters that really never can see the sun because of the low sun angles there, and they get very cold. And we think that water and other things can build up in those craters, and so we're very interested to see what that might do for us.
I'm very interested as well. So for some of our viewers who might be new to this, what does lunar science look like during an Artemis mission?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting for us as we have sort of built this from scratch to try to understand how we can best use the crew to support our science. And so, we've developed a system. We've got a team in place. We've got a back room here in this building called the SIR, the Science Evaluation Room. And there's in fact a back room to that back room over in another building here at Johnson Space Center where we've got our teams of scientists working really hard. They're actually speaking to this room through our science officer. This is now the first time we've ever had a science officer in flight control room, so we're pretty excited about that. So we have a really voice out and up to the crew.
19 hours. I know, it's been so exciting to hear Dr. Kelsey Young speaking directly with the crew today, now so close to the moon. And we have a live view here of the science operation or the science evaluation room. So this is where the majority of your team is today. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. This is a big chunk of our scientists. You can see them in there now working hard, trying to get ready for the day. And then again, there's a second room where we have a lot of our data folks, where the data will first come down and they'll sort of sift through the data and get it ready for this team to take.
What's the mood like right now in the SIR?
4 astronauts.
It is, I would say, giddy. I think we are all we've worked very hard for this. They have done simulation after simulation. They have worked really hard over the last couple of years to get ready for this moment, and I think everybody's just really excited to see. Even already we've had some descriptions from the crew coming down, and it's so great to see their joy and our joy, our love for the moon come through.
Yes, we are in for a real treat today. If it's been anything like their observations the past couple of days.
And you can keep
so how are the lunar science teams using this test flight to prepare for future missions to the moon?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the way that we are building our foundation for the future. From everything from, how do you train a crew to be a geologist, right? And so, working through that, getting them classroom training, field training, building the science team, building these physical rooms that we are in, designing the software that the teams are using, and then, figuring out what happens to that data. They're going to take this data and it's going to come down, and how do we get it out to not only our team, but out to the world and the rest of the science community?
Yeah, that's a great point, because when you hear these crew members talk, you would never know that they're not geologists. Your team has trained them so well.
They have been very good students.
Who can blame them? It's a pretty great topic. One more question for you. How does the science that we're doing on Artemis help support long-term exploration and including our sustained presence on the moon?
Yeah, we have a saying in the Science Mission Directorate that science enables exploration and exploration enables science, right? So you need the scientists, because we are the ones who are the experts in, landing site and doing analysis of landing site and making sure we can find a good place to land, to understanding the properties of the soil, so we can design our systems to manage that, understanding the radiation environment, keeping our astronauts safe, all of these things, right? But in return, you provide us with opportunities where now we're going to be able to collect this data and collect samples and deploy our instruments and all of that. So it's a symbiotic relationship.
That makes perfect sense. Well, Dr. Sarah Noble, Artemis Lunar Science Lead, thank you so much for joining us here today. Best of luck to you and your team, and I hope that you get to enjoy today too.
Thank you so much.
We are now getting closer and closer to our lunar neighbor. This live view coming from the Orion spacecraft and a camera mounted on one of its solar array wings.
for camera serial numbers.
Ready to copy.
Hey Jenny, these are card numbers for the various positions. For the long lens on the D5, we will have individual cards. Victor's 1008, Jeremy 1019, Reed 1012, myself 1015. For the Z9, we will have one card that is dedicated for today, serial number 1007. For the cabin camera D5, we will have one dedicated card for today, serial number 1022.
All right, Christina, we copy all. Thank you.
We just realized that we have Earth out window 1 and Moon out window 2, and Earth out window 4 and Moon out window 3, and it gives you the best idea of scale we have had yet. The Moon is about 3 to 4 times the size of the Earth, and it is almost full, and the Earth is just a small crescent out there. It's magnificent. I got a picture of it with the wide lens. Such a majestic view out here.
Amaze, amaze, amaze. Thank you, Reed.
Those are some of the communications we're excited most about today. Commander Reed Wiseman calling down their view right now, obviously a little bit different than what we can see from the solar array camera. They are looking through the windows of the Orion spacecraft, able to see at the same time Earth and the Moon. You also heard NASA astronaut Christina Cook calling down some of the cameras that they will be using today. The crew is in that cabin configuration portion, and we expect the lunar flyby observation period to start just about 20 minutes. Checking in on Orion's distance and speed, they are currently traveling 1,071 miles per hour, 249,159 miles away from Earth, 11,293 miles away from the Moon, and continuing to grow closer. At closest approach to the Moon today, the spacecraft will be just about 4,070 miles away from the lunar surface. This will be during our loss of signal with the crew as they travel behind the Moon.